13:10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints, right? Once again, this devil was given the blessing of the sword, that he would gain the fatness of the earth. And that's what he did, right? Once again, him being that red horse to take peace away from the earth, that's what he did. This devil that went about killing, stealing, and destroying, man. All right. Salakia. Where was I just at? I believe. Salakia. Forgive me, Baba Kashah. I'm picking back up technical difficulties of the last lesson. I'm going to just grab this then. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Right? Meaning what? Once our captivity here in America is accomplished, right, the Lord is going to, Yahweh Shah is going to come back. You know, the nation's going to already be gathered over there, you know, in Western Asia, also known as the Middle East. Okay, and the Lord is going to do what? That's what World War III is going to happen. Yahweh Shah going to come back. Okay, he's going to subdue all the nations, and then he's going to deliver his elect. All right, and simultaneously, those nuclear missiles is going to be raining down. All right, but the Lord is going to do what? After all of that, he's going to purify his elect. The elect going to have new bodies. Okay, and then you're going to have 2/3 who died in the second death. They're going to be reincarnated into the kingdom. All right, and while all of this is going on, you're going to have the heathens building up the kingdom of heaven here on earth, so that we could inhabit, or we could go, you know, and be set back in our land initially, Israel. Okay, which the kingdom of heaven will be set here on earth through the throne of David. So I'm going to read it back. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. All right, the 12 tribes as a whole will inherit the kingdom of heaven to rule upon the earth. All right. Once again, you're going to have the nation of Israel and the whole nation in their total righteous estate with the new bodies. Okay, according to Jeremiah 31:31. It says, and set them in their own land, right? And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, right? 2/3, those Israelite. It says, and the stranger shall be joined with them, right? 2/3 that had to suffer that second death is going to be reincarnated into the kingdom, but they're going to be righteous. They're going to have new bodies. Okay, they're going to be in their right mind. The stony heart is going to be taken out, and the Lord is going to give us a heart of flesh. All right, now 2/3 they will be ashamed, all right, because they're going to be aware of the things that they've done, but they're still going to be in their righteous, in their right mind. Okay, it says, and the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for service and handmaids. And this is speaking about the heathens. Once we're in our land, we're going to possess the heathens for handmaids and servants. The Moabites, so-called Chinese, the Ammonites, right, so-called Japanese, the Canaanites, Ishmaelites, right, and the Edomites, and all the rest of those nations, those heathen nations, those neighboring nations that surround Israel, they're going to be subservient to Israel. Okay. It says, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Esau, Edom being our number one oppressor. He's the number one oppressor of all people. That's why the scriptures say how the earth. Matter of fact, let me grab that. I don't want to butcher it. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And the people are in a mournful state because Esau, Edom, is bearing rule over the earth right now. But even the heathens gonna rejoice, right? The creations and the elements of the earth is gonna rejoice. The trees gonna rejoice once the Israelites are put back in rulership over the earth. Okay, everything's gonna rejoice because righteous is now being set up to rule over everything. Righteousness is now flourishing within the whole earth on that vibration. The Lord is now being pushed on everywhere on the high level, on the high vibration. So the people is going to rejoice. Why? Because now it's order. Now it's peace. Okay? There's no more chaos, violence, and destruction, which this devil is bringing to the earth. That's why the people mourn. Okay? Right. Now I'm going to go back in Obadiah, and I'm going to close out with this. Obadiah chapter 1, I believe I was in verse 11 in the previous lesson. Obadiah 1 and 11. No, yeah, I read that. Okay. Verse 12. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, in the day that he became a stranger, right? When we became captives. All right. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction, right? We just read Psalms 137, how Edom said, raise it, raise it. Okay, that was them rejoicing over the children of Judah, right? The southern kingdom going into that captivity under the Babylonians. It says, neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. And Esau, Edom, once again, anytime he finds an opportunity to further oppress Jake, especially, the righteous or those who's striving for righteousness, he takes it the furthest mile. Why? Because he has that perpetual hatred to destroy and murder his brother Jacob from the beginning. All right, which is the reason why the Lord has a perpetual hatred against this devil Esau, Edom, and these Amalekites, man. Okay, that rule over the world that we live in today. These so-called Ish people, these Ish people, not so-called, but these Ish people that's in our land committing all type of abominations. It says, I'm going to grab the point. I'm going to jump down to the point. Obadiah chapter 1. And I'm going to start at 16. It says, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. Right? Just how Esau, Edom, basically destroyed us as a people. He had us drink of that cup of affliction, and he put that cup to our lips, and destroyed us as a people. Well, guess what? The Lord is going to use the heathen to do the same thing unto Esau. All right? Into his establishment, to his kingdom, right? Into everything he has worked for and deceived and wickedly counseled for. the Lord's going to use these heathens to get up great above him. All right, economically and as far as the military. And that's being established now. That's being shown now. All right, these other nations are more powerful than Esau, and they're flexing their power. And to the point where it's going to come upon a time where, all right, these heathens are going to actually start to win against America during World War III. And they're going to conquer over Esau, man. All right. Even in the kingdom of heaven, these heathens, they're going to despise Esau. They're going to despise Esau, man. They're going to mock heavily. You know, they're going to wag the head. They're going to point the finger. They're going to mock heavily at Esau because he's going to be the lowest of the low in the kingdom of heaven. But as you can see, all right, he boasts himself over everything and everybody, especially those things of the Heavenly Father. Okay, so what the Lord going to do, he's going to cast them down. Verse 17, but upon Obadiah 1:17, but upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, starting with the elect. Okay, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Meaning what? These heathens, they're going to bring us their possessions as gifts continually. The scriptures say how the gates shall be open continually for these heathens to bring us tidings and gifts, right? And to bring us tithes and their possessions, the best of their possessions, all right? And it's going to be continually. That's how you know we're going to have the utmost power. We're going to have the utmost authority over these heathens and over these other nations. Verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. Meaning what? The whole nation as a whole, southern and northern kingdom, is going to be on fire. It's going to be 100% in a purified state, in a 100% righteous estate. And we going to have that zeal and that righteous anger to be able to execute judgment on Esau, right? That's us devouring the house of Esau. When you put stubble in the fire, what does it do? It kindles that fire, and that stubble, it consumes in that fire. So the Lord is poetically speaking, all right, through Obadiah, and this is a prophecy that the house of Jacob will eventually do away with the nation of Esau in the kingdom of heaven. All right, and that his spirit will mingle within the other nations. It says, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. And that's prophecy. All right, they got to serve their 1,000 years of captivity. That's that rewarding her double, as we read in Revelation 18. And then after they serve 1,000 years, then this prophecy got to come to pass. All right, where the nation of Edom has to be no more, because they serve their purpose. All right, they serve their purpose as far as being a sword, being a whooping stick for the Heavenly Father. And now that the Lord has done away with our captivity, and now we get our revenge, you know, and they drink of that cup, you know, they drink the dregs. Ain't gonna be no more need for Esau. All right, and this is all included in the perpetual hatred that the Lord has for these devils. This is Ezekiel chapter 35, and I'm gonna start at verse 5. It said, "Thou, Ezekiel 35:5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity." See, and we just read an example about what Esau did to Judah, to the southern kingdom, during the time of the Babylonians, right? And what they did, how they basically cheered the downfall, you know, and how they was grabbing up Israelites and slaughtering Israelites that was left behind, slaughtering Israelites that was trying to escape, catching Israelites and delivering up as prisoners. That's what Esau was doing. We just read about during the time of Egypt, when Amalek came and made war against us during the time when we was faint, you know. So, hey, man, because Esau has showed perpetual hatred, right, and shed the blood because of the from the blessing of the sword. It says, in the time that their iniquity had an end. See, Esau, Edom, he took it. The Lord gave that nigga an inch. He took a mile. He took 2 miles, man. It says, verse 6, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. See, Esau, Edom, he's a man of blood, so therefore, the Lord is going to have it to where, okay, blood is going to pursue after them. Meaning there's going to be a great slaughter in the house of Edom, to the point where it's not going to be no more Edomites. We just read that. Verse 7, thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. See, the Lord going to cut off the nation of Edom. That's Mount Seir. And the Lord going to make them desolate. Even to the landmass. America going to be made desolate. Scriptures talk about Isaiah 13, how nothing going to dwell here but doleful creatures. America going to be a lake of fire, man. A desert. All right? So that's the prophecy, okay, dealing with the perpetual hatred that the Lord has for these devils. This is Romans, and I'm going to close out. Romans chapter 9, verse 13. It said, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Esau being what? The progenitor of the Edomite nation, of the Edomites. All right, if the Lord said he hated Esau, how much more the offspring who he called the wicked, the border of wickedness. All right, how much more Amalek, who comes out of Esau. So this is prophecy, man, that the Lord is going to make Esau desolate, okay, due to the perpetual hatred. So with that being said, Lord, wanted this was an edifying lesson. Giving our glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash, Shalom, Shalom, Kwam Yasharala. On to the next one.